Welcome back. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honor and salutations to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, you Akim and you Akwath, also you children that believe on this word. It's your brother Kalak Hart of GMS Northwest. Come back at you with another video. And the name of the video will be More Division in Egypt, you know. As today, March 4th, 2025, the new tariffs on Mexico, China, Canada is going in effect. And I had this list up had for, quite some time now. You see it January 30th. This is what's going in effect, from Canada, Mexico, then China. I think they raised it up to 20% on the tariffs. So I got a video I can pull up, to explain a little bit more better than I can say it about what's going to happen with these tariffs going, this 25% on goods that's imported into the United States, and trying to make more, putting a more pinch on these other countries, but trying to bring more production out of the Americas or United States of America. So I guess they can boost jobs and economy and all of this stuff. But these countries they're not backing down. They're retaliating and I believe the reciprocal tariff is supposed to start in April. So this thing can go either way, The fact of the matter is it's just division. It's division in Egypt and Esau's kingdom. And Esau knows this, because all of this division is trying to usher in that Novos Ordos Secorium. He favors our enterprise. He the new order of age, or the new world order, getting everybody on one accord. As a matter of fact, didn't Trump coin that America is an English official language? Let's put Trump. Yeah, here we go. Trump makes English official language of U.S. And with that, that reminds me of the Tower of Babel, and that's in Genesis. I believe it's 11, maybe. Yeah, Genesis 11. And the whole earth was one language and one of speech. So when we see Trump, in the earth saying that America is English is his main language, and America being that whore that sit up upon many waters, America is the top runner that's in the world. All the kings were drunk off her fornication, her laws, her policies, them bending the knee to America. So America, if you're going to do business with America, if you have to speak English, it has to be English. So like I said, this reminded me of Genesis when Nimrod, they built that tower up to the heavens, and the Lord had to come down and break it down and scatter all the people and make them speak different languages, because they was trying to come upon one accord, But going back to these tariffs, which taking effect today, you're going to see higher prices, in hopes that these other countries bend the knee and move their productions to America. But in reality, how could you do that if China is 90% of our clothes are being made in China, and you're going to try to push it to the Americas to be made? Well, what American is going to make a T-shirt for, you know, 80, $185 a month? No American is going to do that. That's way below the poverty line. So it's going to be an interesting, to see what goes on. I got a video here. Let me show you.
Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed and have now all announced trade war has officially begun because Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed and have now all announced their own plans on how to retaliate against Trump's tariffs. So what the hell is going on? Well, you see, yesterday Trump's promised 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China officially kicked in. What that means is that any goods sent from these countries to the United States will now cost companies 25% more, or 10% in China's case. So for example, if a Canadian business sent a car to the US that cost $50,000, today US companies will pay a $12,500 tariff at the border. So the price of your once $50,000 car is now actually $62,500. Why would Trump purposefully make things more expensive for Americans? Well, two main reasons. The first is more of a longer-term, unguaranteed benefit, but it would be to change consumer habits to buy more American-made products and incentivize more international companies to manufacture in the US. In theory, that means a stronger US economy, more stable jobs, and less dependence on foreign countries. The second reason for imposing these tariffs would be to use them as a tool to pressure Canada, Mexico, and China into doing what Trump wants. Some of these things that he's publicly mentioned include renegotiating trade deals, stopping illegal immigration, and the flow of fentanyl. There's also the far-fetched idea of Canada becoming a state of America. But here's where things get interesting, because instead of just doing what Trump wants, Canada has clapped back with a 25% tariff of their own, and Mexico said they're doing the same but haven't announced the percentage yet. China reacted a little differently by preparing to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So why is Trump not backing down? Just listen to this. In 2023, Canada sent 76% of all of their exports to the United States. That accounts for roughly 19% of their entire GDP. In 2024, Mexico sent 78% of all of their exports to the United States. That makes up 37% of their entire GDP. But for America, their exports to both countries combined only make up roughly 2.7% of their entire GDP. So simply put, even if they do retaliate, getting into a tariff war with the United States would hit Canada and Mexico much harder. Trump knows this, and he's using it. Trade war has officially begun because Canada, Mexico, and China.
It's a game. But he thinking that this is gonna, help America out in the long run, but it's only causing division, more and more division. Let me get this real quick. Matthew 12 and 26. I'll start at 25. And Yahweh Shah knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if I be Beelzebub, Lord of the flies, cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. So I didn't really need that part. The point was in 26. But Satan is against itself. The United States of America, Trump has coined the golden age, right? He wants the America to be that top tier in the world. He's a nationalist. He's putting America first and trying to heal this place with bomb. But we know this place won't be healed. We know this place will be destroyed, pursuant to the scriptures. Jeremiah 50 and 22. I think I'm going to read this in the NLT. Jeremiah 50 in ET, Salakia 50 and 22. It says, the noise of battle can be heard in the land of Babylonia. There is a sound of great destruction. Yeah, because of this infighting, this going against each other, it's just going to cause more division, more Satan against each other, Egyptian versus Egyptian, which is going to lead to its demise. You know, so that sound of destruction, great destruction, is brewing. You know, Trump would tell you he wants peace, but in reality, he wants to rule the world with an iron fist. It says Babylon hammered the whole world to pieces, but see how that hammer has broken and scattered. See what an object of horror Babylon has become among the nations. And these nations are looking at Babylon and saying, the hell with this place, man. They don't want to deal with this place. This place, is nothing but, a bully, so to speak. They're tired of being bullied. That's why these very third world countries are arming themselves. They're building up their military. They have nuclear missiles. Because this world war is going to be fought with missiles, man. Nuclear hypersonic missiles, IC BM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. It's going to continue to ramp up in this way because we know the battle of Armageddon is on its way, the battle of Yahweh Shaphat. Verse 24, it says, I set a trap for you, Babylon. You were caught before you knew it. You fought against me, so you were found and captured. I have opened up the place where my weapons are stored. I have brought out the weapons for carrying out my wrath. For I, the Lord power, who rules over all, have work to carry out in the land of Babylonia. Come from a far away and attack Babylonia. Open up the places where she stored her again. Pile her up in the ruins. Destroy her completely. Do not leave anyone alive. And that's what's coming to America, slowly but surely. Because, look, you got these NATO countries banded together with Zelensky. Zelensky came over to the Oval Office and pretty much got ran out with his tail tucked between his legs. But he didn't, he wasn't no pushover. But at the same time, he, is, like I said, teaming up with Europe, with NATO. And they're getting together because the beast, NATO, the EU, they should hate the whore and make her desolate. And read that again. Come from a far way and attack Babylonia. Open up the places where she stores her grain. Pile her up in the ruins. Destroy her completely. Do not leave anyone alive. Kill all her soldiers. Let them be slaughtered. They are doomed, for their day of reckoning has come. The time of punishment. The time for them to be punished. So in that time, we're slowly approaching that time. Look at what Zelensky said.
Will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war. And they will have to fight because the U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war. And they will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about. And they will be. The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters
prophetic.
to war.
That's in the scriptures. So like I said, when we see this, we get excited because this is what's said, prophesied in the scriptures. Long before Zelensky was over here. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 33. It says, the virgin shall mourn here. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. And when it says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, it's because they're going to be sent off to war. Verse 34, it says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So with Zelensky saying that, look, the U.S. is going to have to send their sons and their daughters. Yeah, because that draft to go to war, this third world war, is going to happen. It says 35, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. So hear this understanding, that this is going to happen. As he saying that.
Will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying. The U.S. will have to send exactly the same way as we are sending.
So, like I said, America is divided amongst its allies. And it's only a matter of time before Isaiah 19:2 take place. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards, and the wizards. I'm going to read that in the ENT. Starting at 2, it says, I will provoke civil strife in Egypt. Brothers will fight with each other, and will neighbors, cities, and kingdoms. The Egyptians will panic, and I will confuse their strategy. They shall seek guidance from the idols and from the spirits of the dead, from the pits used to conjure up underworld spirits, and from the magicians. I will hand Egypt over to the harsh master, a powerful king who will rule over them, says the sovereign master, the Lord, who commands armies. So with this bickering and fighting going on and amongst the United States and the allies, it's going to continue to ramp up, so to speak. It's going to continue to happen in the earth until this destruction comes. Remember, the Lord said, I have not come to send peace on earth, but a sword. We know what that sword represents. That's Esau's blessings. Remember, in Revelation it says, behold a red horse. And that red horse is Esau, and that pale horse, that death was with him to take peace from the earth. I think I'm a little bit having them mixed up, but peace from the earth, right? So like I said, it's going to continue on until this place, be destroyed. Back to these terrorists, or this video right here. Here goes some more division.
If they want to try to annihilate Ontario, I will do everything, including cut off their energy, with a smile on my face. And I'm encouraging every other province to do the same. Quebec, Manitoba, BC, we all have to act in unison. Out east, they rely on our energy. They need to feel the pain. They want to come at us hard, we're going to come back twice as hard.
So, you just saw him. And I believe he already threatened to take, if I'm not